So I wanted to get this really clear in this video. Awakening or waking up has nothing to do with being spiritual. You don't need to be any kind of person to awaken to reality. Reality is only now. Reality is what everyone is. It's the consciousness pervading this moment and really illuminating every moment through everything that seems to be temporary here. It's got nothing to do with being spiritual or not being spiritual. Those are just concepts, right? And reality is waking up out of these dualities, right? Because it's the dualities that keep us in this perpetual loop of identifying with the world of form, identifying with who we think we are, our likes, dislikes, what's good, what's bad, light and dark, awake, unawake. All of these so-called opposites are something that we create. There is only now. There is only love. There is only this moment. And so waking up is seeing that the only seeming end to who you are, which is death, what we imagine as death, is something that the mind creates. There is no death, because when you think of death, when you imagine death, that's exactly what it is you imagine it, right? You imagine what that maybe is. But that's only imagined now. That's not actually happening. You only ever imagine anything now, because this is all we have, is here. So all there is waking up to this eternal moment. And this is forever. This moment is forever. So what you really are is this moment and the flowering of that, the flowering of consciousness. Nothing to do with spirituality, nothing to do with religion. And these can all have really good parts, but you don't need to be any of that. It doesn't matter if you're a businessman, a teacher, a hairdresser. Whatever you do, this awakening is so beyond who we are as a person. It's what we all are. And this video goes to show, you might think that I'm teaching you something here, or I'm creating this sort of opening for you, but really it's all you. This video seemed to be filmed in the past, right? Because we imagine linearity as the past and the future, but the past is just imagined now, same as the future. And so we're only transforming here in this moment. This is you now revealing more of who you are to yourself, more of reality to yourself. And so take a breath. Enjoy this. Be curious. I would say curiosity is the biggest piece of this, the biggest piece of this puzzle. To actually just be curious in the moments, in this moment, in the very subtle parts of reality, the subtle sounds, the breath, the knowingness that the life in everyone you see and in everything you see is the same life pervading it all. And so as we wake up to that, right, we dissolve these dualities. We dissolve these dualities of good, bad, story making, I'm not enough. The person and the conceptual story of the person all exists within I'm not enough. This story of unworthiness, right? And in order to be enough, to arrive, I have to get something. I have to look better. I have to awaken. I have to have lots of spiritual knowledge. And we know that once that's obtained, that it's not actually what fulfills us. The only reason we feel fulfilled for a bit once we obtain those is because all the energy, right, when we think of those things, let's say it's, even though those things are good and are okay, but it's our attachment to it, it's the energy we put into imagining that. Say it's like this new job, and without that we feel like a failure. I need to get this new job to be happy, right? And all this imagining, right? In wanting that imagining is our awareness, the power of this moment, of what you are now, of power, of reality, of life, going into that imagination. So that tension builds up, right? And then when we get there, when we get that thing, because we don't imagine it anymore, that tension and that imagination, right, that's released. So that's why we feel good when we get it for a bit. Oh yeah, I got it. Now things feel better. But then we notice it just returns to what's already here. So it's not actually getting the thing that fulfills us or makes us feel at peace, right? Sure, it gives this little dopamine hit, but the true fulfillment is the joy of this moment, of knowing you don't ever leave this, and you don't have to be a certain kind of person at all. In fact, it's got nothing to do with you. You just have to have the willingness to dive into this as much as you can. A lot of the stuff in the spiritual community will tell you have to go meditate, do intense breath work, buy 10 crystals and wear a feather on your head. Okay. Yes, that's okay, all of that. It's okay to do these things, and sure, I've done stuff like, not any of that, but I've done stuff like this, where we like to play these roles. But this is roleless. This is this moment, reality, raw, here. You only ever are here. You are consciousness. You are God incarnated as a human. We all are. This only is source. All of this is source, appearing as a fractal of that. You are a fractal of infinite consciousness. And it might take within linearity, you can imagine the future and think, I need some more videos, I need some more time to understand this, right? But then you get to the point where it just clicks and it softens, and you drop into this reality, this mode of being, which is always free, which exists outside of needing, outside of time, because you're only ever here. So you won't need to watch these videos, you won't need to come and look at this stuff. I'm just another symbol in your dream. As the one consciousness, I am just a symbol of you holding this open, right? And so I've said what I've needed to say, but so much of this is wordless. Even beyond what the words are saying, it's the gaps in between. It's the energy in the body, knowing that this energy is us, this energy is life. The breath, the stillness, it all is consciousness. It's got nothing to do with being spiritual, being a certain kind of person, wearing white robes. Just be you, and then the more you fall into this moment, the more you will be a unique expression of that creator, because you are that. You are me. Just reflecting this back. This is a dance. This is all a dance between you and consciousness. So know that and be it.